worldwide with some news from the NBA. So y'all check this out. Well, it's going to talk about a few things that I don't like that's going on right now, and it's about the reserve, being a reserve or being a bench player. Right? Let me start with your boy Julius Randle from the Lakers. Right? Julius Randle is supposed to be pissed, is what you hear Luke Walton saying, that he's thinking about bringing him from the bench. He's brought in Larry Nance Jr. into the starting lineup for the last two preseason games. And he's saying that it's made Julius Randle play with a little bit more of an edge. And it's good because he's a little bit upset about that. It's no problem to be upset. But at some point, you're going to have to just see, earn your stripes. It's not like, he's you're a bona fide starter. Earn your stripes. And at some point, you got to also look at, maybe the guy's thinking about put Larry Nance Jr. in there, a little bit more athletic, but not a great ball handler. So when you got Lonzo Ball in there, throwing the alley-oops to your boy Larry Nance, and you have that ball handler, that main ball handler in that lineup. Now, in that second lineup, you got Clarkson and them coming in there, but then you have your power forward who can really advance that ball and make good decisions with it in transition. Maybe he's trying to have that element in the second lineup. Those are the things you're going to start thinking about, and I expect that from guys that are around basketball 6-7 times a week. Right? If he explains it to him. So Julius Randle, if he starts, good, but I think it's not a bad idea to bring him from the bench and have him playing with an edge with that second unit, which is not a bad unit. All right, I'm talking about not a bad unit at all. But if your power forwards handle that ball, a la Blake Griffin, and bring that ball up, you don't have to look for your point guard when you have that when you got that rebound. That helps in transition. So I don't think it's a bad idea. Let's see how that is going forward. Another guy who I think doesn't want to come from the bench, and I think it's going to hurt his team. I said it before, it's Carmelo Anthony going to Oklahoma City Thunder. He doesn't want to come from the bench. He even laughed at a reporter for asking him that. I didn't like the trade at all when I heard he was going there. But I said if he would come from the bench, then that's a good trade. But if, him, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup, at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to work. It's going to be okay because Carmelo is going to score the ball and it's going to look like it's okay. But I'd rather Carmelo leading that second unit because he needs the ball. He creates his own shot. He's not, the guy that's going to run the floor too much, a little bit here and there. He's a half-court player. He could create his own shot like no other. You would want that in your second lineup and stagger these guys. Paul George and your boy Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup, bring Canelo from the bench. That would work. But all three of them in the starting lineup, I don't think it's going to work that good. I think it's a problem with Canelo not wanting to. Right? And 15 years in the league, that should not be an issue for you. It's that Allen Iverson syndrome. I think if Allen Iverson would have came off the bench from Memphis, it would have helped them. That team probably would have went deeper in the playoffs and won something. But because he refused after all those seasons, about 6'1" on a good day, you're in your 15th season or something, and you can't come from the bench, there's a problem with his ego problems. There's not anything else. And at that point, these players are supposed to be able to understand, look, I'm going to probably win. And you're probably going to still play more minutes than the starter, really. It's just about the tactic. And some players just cannot seem to get that in their head because their head has been full with other things for so many years. And that is hard to go, bench sounds bad. But you're still an NBA player. You're still on TV. You still can do all those things you want to do. But you're going to be a winner if you would do it for the better of the team and not just you and your brand. So that's the reason I don't like those two things. Another thing I don't really like is the lineup that Cleveland's going to put on the floor. This fast lineup is what they think with Kevin Love playing that center position. He's going to be a mouse in the house to any center that has an offensive game. They're going to go at it, right? They're going to be needing help, defensive help on the block. So if any team that has a good center and 4 shooters, they're in trouble. Like a Houston Rockets from the past with my boy Hakeem Olajuwon in the middle. That team would tear Cleveland up. You're going to need to think about that because they're saying, well, we're going to be running. We're going to be fast. We're going to keep the lineups real fast. We're going to stretch the floor. Well, in theory, sounds good. But I don't know if Dwayne Wade's legs and Derrick Rose's legs, right, are going to be going through that. in the whole year, running up and down the court the whole year. More half court players now, but it could happen in theory, but I don't know. And then you got Isaiah Thomas when he comes back. So I don't know if it's going to work how they think it's going to work, but that's what they're going to go for. This is how it is in the East. Pretty much you're going to win anyway because the team is good and it's stacked. They've added some more talent. Jeff Green coming from the bench. It's going to be a talented team. I don't think the tactics going to be that well. I think some teams have centers that have a good offensive game and not too slow and sluggish where they won't be a liability on the defense. That's going to cause Cleveland some problems. So see how that is going forward. Those are three little topics I want to touch right now about the NBA. Guys, Julius Randle, Carmelo Anthony, if you have to come from the bench, you have to come from the bench. That does not mean you're not a good player or a great player, right? And Carmelo has nothing else to prove anyway, but except I can win a title, and that's what you'll probably do. And if that coming off the bench is all you got to do to win one, and you're going to still be a major part in that title, check your ego, homie. Dome Sports Talk, worldwide. I'm up out of here, y'all.